Thanks for tuning in to everyone except Sydney Lawson, where today I'm going to talk about Blu-ray versus DVD. First of all, it's 2017. The amount of pixels a TV screen can contain is well over 4,000, and don't even get me started on computer monitors. Here's a generic diagram that was provided to me by an unnamed professor. As you can see, as screen size increases, the need for higher resolution is absolutely necessary. Back in the early 2000s, Sony came up with the trademark name Blu-ray while Toshiba tried out HD DVDs. Spoiler alert, HD DVDs were clearly inferior and Blu-ray quickly won that battle. For starters, the storage capacity is 50 gigabytes on a Blu-ray disc, which is 10 times the amount of a DVD. This is a major reason why video game consoles tend to use these discs. Sony's PlayStation, I'm looking at you. Anyway, let's get to your dilemmas. Seth, I don't have that big of a TV and my DVDs look just fine. Exactly, Sydney, they look just fine. I want my movies to look crystal clear and even at points have colors that make my eyes tear up because what I'm seeing is almost as beautiful as Greta Gerwig. DVD resolution maxes out at 720 by 480, while Blu-ray is an impressive 1920 by 1080, so about 7 times the resolution.
Hold up. I forgot to mention that on Blu-ray and 4K Blu-ray discs, they're extremely much more scratch resistant. This means that all those times you've been watching a DVD and it was skipping, no more of that. Basically, I can do whatever the hell I want with this. I don't give a fuck.
Now, I can understand your hesitation to embrace the next step, 4K, as it feels like too much since the resolution is technically 4096 by 2304. Seth, my eyes can only handle so much detail. I have to swipe other people's glasses in order to see after all. That's a great point, which is why before I buy any sort of disc, I check my handy dandy Blu-ray.com to read the review of how quality the 4K transfer may be. Otherwise, I'm Blu-ray all the way. Besides, some movies weren't meant to be seen in that high of a resolution when they were filmed. Given the increased storage capacity, the amount of special features you can store on these bad boys is incredible though. I myself don't necessarily go through each and every item, but having that resource has been invaluable at times to me when I saw something truly inspiring and was passionate to learn all about it. But Seth, I'm a broke college student and don't want to shell out the monies to buy these. Okay, cool. My solution for that is again to check the handy dandy Blu-ray.com, as any free account holder can utilize a nifty price tracker that checks Amazon's pricing, which can then be price matched to any major retailer you may buy a movie from. But I want the movie now, Seth. Well, Sydney, life isn't fair. Now, for your extra questions. Sony, Canon, or Nikon? To show my unbiased opinion, I've called upon an expert, Ted Byers of Eldon Films. Anything but Nikon, he says. I've never met anyone who uses Nikon for video, only for photos. Canon has really good skin tones in camera, but Sony is able to shoot really flat and closer to raw, so you can mess with the footage more in post. Also, Sony makes super high-end cameras as well, where Canon doesn't really make that many cameras that really high-end. And Sony also produces movies. Also, Sony cameras are able to shoot in higher frame rates and are better at low light. There you have it, folks. Anything but Nikon. Is time travel real? Well, in order to answer that, I must first confront whether it is possible to move faster than the speed of light. Only one force of nature is capable of doing that consistently, and it seems to be a wormhole. Astrophysicist Ethan Siegel, within the past week, posited that under the rules of theoretical physics, time travel is feasible, but the catch is you may only go backwards. But there's a catch to that too. Even then, going through said wormhole would allow you to experience something called time dilation. So the greater your motion through space, the less your motion through time. So when traveling through the wormhole, for example, it could take you up to a year to travel through the entire wormhole, while outside the wormhole, the time period of 40 years would pass. Yes, this is all confusing, but basically just watch Interstellar as they tried to adhere to theoretical physics a majority of the time.
Okay, those are all your questions. Those extra questions at the end you asked me a couple days ago, got those answered, I think, to the best of my abilities. Only thing I ask of you now is that you perhaps pick up a Blu-ray player on Black Friday. I know they go on hella sale. If you can, go to Barnes & Noble. If you do not already own Frances Ha starring the lovely Greta Gerwig, then definitely pick that up because the Criterion's 50% off until the end of this November. And other than that, I'll see you next time.